So we have got a match here between big plays on the Radiant side, pretty little eyes on the Dire side. We have got Z Muffin Man being dethroned, no longer in the captaincy. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I'm really unsure about this. I mean, they're putting on the drafting. Maybe they don't trust Z Muffin Man's trap cards. I'm not entirely sure if this Z Muffin Man is usually the caster.
Well,
I just find it strange.
I don't know if you caught their last game up against Ice. I think there was a lot of blame going towards Z Muffin Man at the end. So maybe they were a bit upset with some of the bans and picks that he did come up with. I think a lot of the loss did come down to how they picked and how they laned it against Ice. So I guess Arn getting a bit upset. He's going to be taking over the bans and picks here. And I mean, so far big plays have managed to actually get 2 wins, both default wins. So this is only really their second game played, although they are currently sitting on 2 wins and 1 loss.
Well, yeah, they're extremely lucky for getting some walkovers. I'd rather see them play because they actually get more experience and we actually get to see more of them, not just getting to see them play the bad games. I mean, it is a decent team. They have a lot of really strong players here. And just, as again, like before, with Muffman drafting in his previous game, I don't think it's his fault because when they draft, it's more of a team thing. It can't really be put on one guy's shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to have to see what they can come up with here. And yeah, I agree, it's a team thing. They need to sort of work together. And I think that's sort of the problem with this team is that they haven't had the practice they've maybe needed. And also, having 2 default wins, not having the practice, and they're more just sort of like a combination of sort of top Australian in-house players put together, rather than the team who practices and trains together, like AL or even Sequential Gaming, who I'd probably rate slightly above these guys simply because they play together all the time.
Yeah, if big plays, if they did play together, kind of redundant. They played together, they'd actually be a really strong team. I could actually see them beating Giggles, which is probably number 2 Australian Dota team.
Yeah. And Prophet Tidehunter being banned out as well as the Invoker. Both teams really taking their time thinking through these bans here. Normally you see these sort of first 6 bans go whipping through, but evidently these 2 teams want to finish off their last few bites to eat. As for those of you guys tuning in wondering where is Triumph of Man, he is in fact sick. He messaged me a couple hours ago saying, hey, I cannot do this. So you're stuck with someone who does not have pubic hair on his head and who is not half... Actually, you're half Asian yourself, are you? Or is that...
Yes, I'm half Philo. So yeah, I go for Mininsky. No, not really. I don't go for Mininsky. I kind of... but yeah, I'm half Asian.
Okay.
I'm more white than anything.
It's alright, I can provide the Mineski fanboyism already, as it is. But Chen Panda being banned out, I don't know, I mean, I haven't seen High or Get Lost or Arn as he's known doing any of the bans and picks here. I'm wondering what they're going to go for the first pick here.
Yeah, because this team, they don't really play much and I don't really know much about them and their kind of style. I've really got no idea what they'll want to go for the first pick because I got no idea what kind of drafts they play or what they're capable of doing. I know Dan will most likely go Farmer, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure of this first pick.
Yeah, at the same time, I believe a couple of them were actually having internet problems from us. I think Dan is actually capped here. He didn't really want to be playing this, but they are going to go with the Windrunner. Antimage being banned out. That's sort of a hero that does fit into almost any lineup, so not really that surprised to see it being first picked here.
Yeah, as you were saying before with Dan with the capped net, I think he might be fine to play this, even though he's capped, as long as his brother Risk or whoever else uses his net doesn't touch it, he should be fine.
Okay.
But yeah, Windrunner first pick is it's very standard, and they have heaps of players that can actually play this hero. There's so many players. I could most likely see maybe Cynical or Arn, even T-Dub could play this. There's so many ways they could lane this or play it.
Yeah, yesterday when they played, they actually had Cynical playing the Tidehunter as sort of a semi-carry farmer, which is something you'd normally expect him to be on that support role. So that was something a bit out of the ordinary, I think. I think maybe just feeling confident in that Tidehunter play by him. We are going to see ES and Enigma coming out from not Pretty Little Lies, from the Pretty Little Lies, the captain for Giggles. As I think Enigma's become very, very popular. ES as well is sort of within Southeast Asia a popular pick, but not all that popular with some of the more Western and European teams.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, ES Enigma is very strong. It's a very stable first two picks because that Enigma can lane almost anywhere. Seriously, you can jungle, bot lane, can mid. We've seen him anywhere, and that ES is just it's such a good like defensive pick, and it's capable of ganks as well. But the second two picks for big plays actually Morphling and VS. So we're definitely seeing a Tyranny Morphling. So heaps of CS is going to come out this game.
Yeah, and that's something eHome actually did. They just pick up Morphling in those first three picks. They don't really worry too much about what the opponent has. They're just that confident that they can protect the Morphling. And it's one of those things, you put Morphling in a duel or tri-lane, well, it has a lot of killing power. It's not like it's an anti-mage tri-lane where it's protect the anti-mage, make room for him to farm. Morphling can actually kill heroes. And with Eventual Spirit, they could get another hero to round off that tri-lane. So they could get quite a bit of killing power there.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the top reasons why Morphling is very good. It's just such a good hero. Just that killing potential early game, and he has so much farming potential with all that the global teleports. Just so much, and he can clear creep waves so quick. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As the Giggles are going to get their third pick, it is going to be Mirana. So going for a bit of carry potential themselves. Not a hero often picked up this early on in the pool, but I guess the likely sort of, not so much a counter to Morphling, but if you want to go for a hard carry of your own, would be that Anti-Mage, which is no longer in the pool. So they're going to go for maybe sort of a more mid-game sort of aggression lineup with the Enigma who can help push, Mirana providing a bit more sort of mid-game DPS in the Moonlight Shadow, as we're going to see the next round of ban. Leshrac, that's a hero we've seen a lot of, and I definitely think it's a smart ban when they do need that Morphling to get nice and farmed.
Oh yeah, Leshrac especially, it's a good ban by big plays here because if Leshrac was picked up by Dai here, it works well. He could be the solo mid and just the pushing potential with Enigma, as well as all the squishy heroes that are on big plays, that Leshrac would just completely annihilate all those heroes. It's just ridiculous.
And interestingly, the Lycan has not been picked or banned yet. I mean, this is a hero which for a long time was like, okay, you have to first pick this hero. But here, I think teams have just so far not been doing well at all with this hero. What do you think about the Lycan not being picked up? Is it sort of past its time, or is it still a viable pick?
Well, I know big plays are probably not comfortable picking it with their loss from last night, and the Dire team, I'm not entirely sure their kind of style of play, but Lycan, yeah, it is good. It can lane, it farms ridiculously fast like a Morphling, and the laning can jungle, it's so viable anywhere. But I don't know, Lycan up against like an Enigma and all these kind of stuns of, you know, pot or multi, I don't know, it just wouldn't really work.
Yeah, no,
possibly work with Dire.
I agree with the Dire team could maybe make it work. Yeah, I mean, they could have it in that safe lane. I mean, it's unlikely that they're going to want to put the Morphling up top unless they have some fairly aggressive trailing. Queen of Pain is going to be the pickup. That's a hero I think we're going to be seeing Arn playing. He really does like his Queen of Pain.
Oh yeah, Arn is he's almost got that. Every game I see him play in ODL,
yeah,
and even pubs, he's always playing Queen of Pain. He absolutely loves that hero, and it's a very good pickup because it does clear up those Eidolons really quick, and he does annihilate these squishy heroes, Witches, Enigma, yes, as well as Potom, and he can blink up to catch after the Potom, so no leap living for him.
Yeah, I think if the Dire team want to go for that sort of mid-game pressure or to start push down some towers to sort of make sure Morphling can't get too far, they're going to have to go for that quick mech and pipe. Enigma cannot just go straight for the Blink Dagger, the BKB. He's going to have to get up some of these utility items because without those, they can't really push against the Queen of Pain and the Windrunner spam. And Witch Doctor is going to be the pickup, so definitely a hero that could maybe be looking to give them some mid-game pushing power.
Yeah, that Witch Doctor pick is it's pretty strange. I mean, it is a good start, it is a great start, but usually you see Witch Doctors when they have some sort of minion creeps, for instance like Chant, maybe even Enchant, or like Lycan, but I guess it just does work well with that mass stun team, and the Caskets would wreak havoc up against this team because they won't have any minions to tack it up.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it is one of those things which can maybe help deal with some of those heroes like VS, and even if you can lock down a Queen of Pain with a cask, and they've got some squishy heroes, we're going to see just what they want to do. I imagine Enigma will be as a side lane solo, but this team, Giggles, have actually run Earthshaker as a farmer before, so it could be Enigma in jungle, and then the Witch Doctor supporting the Earthshaker, and I think it was Pretty Little Lies who actually played a carry Earthshaker. He ended up building a Daedalus, and getting like a 2k crit at one point using the enchant totem and then got a crit. It was kind of like something you see in pubs, but he did it in the grand finals of the qualifier. So I think they're definitely a team that can pull out some strange plays here with this Earthshaker pick.
Prepare for battle.
Well, that Daedalus ES, that sounds like a ballsy play. I mean, you see it a lot in pubs, but Jesus Christ, in a competitive match,
Yeah.
and an ES able to farm that item, that just sounds insane.
It was supported by a Crystal Maiden, and this was not, and it wasn't just like a normal competitive match. It was the grand finals of the qualifier. So whichever team won this game went through to play in this tournament, got through the group stage, and they just pulled out. They said, no problem, we're going to get a Daedalus on our ES. And it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing that again here. ES has picked up some support items by the looks of it. We're going to see Enigma soloing the bottom lane. Witch Doctor heading down bottom to do some warding, and I think Sand King actually going to be in the mid lane.
Yeah, Sand King middle. I really was expecting this, but I kind of was thinking they might have done a dual lane middle, maybe a Witch Doctor Sand King, just to dominate and roam. But Sand King should be fine up against this Queen of Pain as long as VS doesn't come around for some ganks. But the VS does have the early smoke, so he has to look out for that.
Yep, and T-Duck is going to be on that side lane solo winner, and so we have got Cynical and Z Muffin Man on the two supports. It's a Vengeful Spirit and an AA. This is more or less what I would have expected here. Of course, Arn playing that solo mid Queen of Pain. Dire team, they're going to see their pool getting blocked. They have got the Sentry Wards, I believe. I think Witch Doctor's Sentry Wards? Yeah, he does, but he's sitting at bottom currently, so he needs to make his way up to that top lane if they want to do get that D ward and use that creep pull, because at the moment I think Witch Doctor wants to try block this creep pull. It's just a bit too scared to go on out.
Yeah, he really wants to block this creep pull before the 52-second mark, so they can get that stack up. It doesn't really matter if they get the first creep wave, that neutral camp at the 30-second mark, but like he is taking his time right now. But Z Muffman actually does have sentries. He might put his sentries down now, or he might wait till he actually sees the Witch Doctor with a missing item to D-ward that.
Yeah, and there goes the Observe Ward. It's going to block both, so see where he puts his sentry. He's going to find the Witch Doctor. Sentry Ward not going to spot that Observe Ward though, so he's going to have to go through two Sentry Wards here if he wants to de-ward that. As I think he was also checking that little spot by the rune as
yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, he gets vision of both the position above it as well as near the neutral camp, but not going to find anything just yet.
Yeah, I remember Godo was actually talking to me about sentry wards. The best sentry ward placement is directly above the centaur, just above the tree. You can put a sentry there, and that actually will keep vision of all that whole area that could be possibly warded. That one sentry, so it's a guaranteed D-ward on an observer ward. Even if they chuck it in the trees, it's just one tango and you can get rid of it. So he's went for more of a, I don't know, a risky ward, trying to get two observer wards with that one sentry.
Yeah, and not getting anything. It looks like they're not even going to be using that creep ball, because right now Tyranny, if he gets left by Z Muffman to go some creep balling, he's going to get pressured pretty hard, and Enigma already pulling the creep wave back towards his tower. This is not the easiest lane for Tyranny. Witch Doctor and Enigma 2 range series. First blood goes down at top though, as T-Duck gets a bit caught out there. That's definitely not a kill I would have expected to go down this early on.
And it looked like the bottom didn't even have to use a single spell to get that kill, just a fissure. Full mana bottom.
Yeah.
Completely caught out.
Yeah, I think it was maybe just trading hits a bit there, and ES Fissure coming in from Fog, but mid lane, Sand King having a bit of a tough time as Queen of Pain harassing away. In comes an Invis Vengeful Spirit, maybe looking for this kill. A stun could secure this, as Scream is only up to level 1 though, so it's gone for a level 1 in the Shadow Strike, and Cynical playing patient here. There's the stun. Scream and Shadow Strike gonna come in. Sand King should probably survive this with a Tango here. And yeah, he's going to be okay, as he is trying to get up that quick bottle, I imagine.
If Arn went 2 levels of poison, then it'd be a lot stronger than getting Scream, especially up against a Sand King in middle who hasn't even got a single level of Sandstorm. I was just about to say earlier that the VS gank might have been a lot more successful, but with the Sand King not having a level of Sandstorm, because he did go for a bit more risky play, going for a Caustic Finale, which is usually seen only...
Sand King in trouble now though. He's going to have to try to stun his way out. Oh, one more hit? No. Arn picks up his bottle, almost got a kill there though.
Yeah, again, I guess if he had level 2 poison, he probably could have went for that instead of a Scream, and that's definitely a kill. Just going more of a Scream build, which is a bit strange, I think.
Yeah, and bottom lane, we now see Vengeful Spirit deciding to stay bottom, so they're going to go with this trial lane. But I think this Witch Doctor Enigma lane is, I mean, despite not being a very sort of orthodox lane, it's actually pretty powerful. I mean, they've got the deny, Enigma can pull it back, and Witch Doctor is there for the counter gank. That cask is going to really hurt heroes like the VS as well as the AA if they want to try go in on them. And now we're going to see Vengeful Spirit Cynical trying to pull this. He's going to try to stack it, but it's not going to work because it has been blocked, so he's just wasting his time a bit.
Yeah, just again, using that Sentry Ward, not getting it, so just more time wasted. As you can see here, the Vengeful Spirit is only level 1. If he did manage to get this pull off, that would have secured an easy level 2. And as you were saying before, that powerful, the dual stun, the Witch Doctor Enigma bot with the deny and casket, it is really powerful, especially up against Morphling, who has to actually get at the front with the wave, where there won't be any creeps, especially if there's like a VS or someone who else initiates from the side. The casket will definitely save whoever gets initiated on, or either one they can just stun.
Yep, and kill actually at mid. Queen of Pain does get the sanking as top lane Arrow narrowly missed T-Duck. T-Duck almost going down again, but mid lane aren't getting big plays off to a some momentum going their way. They did need a kill somewhere, as bottom lane we do see Vengeful Spirit still sort of struggling and just getting frustrated with this creep ball.
Yeah, Steve is really struggling here. He's got no regen. He still does have a smoke, so they might come back mid just to just throw a bit of sand in front of Sand King's face. I don't know. He's just, I mean, he's up. The Quap is level 6 and he's level 4. It's seriously impossible. He can't go for a rune. The Quap has boots. He can just poison him. He can beat him there with blink. It's just impossible. And
Sand King doesn't have his bottle, so that's one of those things where if Sand King had his bottle, he'd be a bit better, okay? But this bottom lane is really going in Giggles' favor. I mean, Enigma has the Soul Ring up, is up to 700 gold, could pick up some sort of HP regen to sort of work with that Soul Ring if he wants to go for either the mech or the pipe. And they are going to drop a stun on Tyranny. A couple stuns go as Tyranny takes a bit of damage. He's got the Ring of Health though, so Tyranny actually farming okay up to 18 CS.
That casket there just completely destroyed them there. No creep wave. Bouncing, Muffman actually walked up to just catch the bounce backwards and forwards between him and Dan. Well not Dan, Tyranny. Yeah. Too confused to say that. But yeah, and Dan just took so much damage. Why do I keep saying Dan? But he does have that pot.
Yeah, he's going to salve himself up. He's got the magic stick as well. That'll help him out a bit as Enigma runs into Cynical. Cynical going to drop in the jungle, trying to suicide to the neutrals. Not going to happen. And that was a nice little pickup there. I think, yeah, with the Observer Ward, they knew where he was. And even now, Enigma doing a bit of neutraling while the waves push out. So Enigma and Witch Doctor say, okay, we'll just do that. Oh no, Queen of Pain. Sand King on the run. Queen of Pain with a DD rune. And Sand King, I think, will maybe survive this. He has got the bottle. He can use that in between Shadow Strikes. And yeah, using the bottle in between will save his life. Arrow coming in. Oh, Queen of Pain in trouble. The Starfall will follow. Couple right clicks. Arn goes down. A retaliation coming from Giggles. They're now up 3 kills to 1.
Even Enigma was coming around there, just poking his head around the corner just in case if that Queen of Pain managed to blink out. Was just getting ready for that stun, which is pretty amazing. They had like the whole team middle, apart from the Witch Doctor and bot, getting a bit more XP so to get more levels of that Maledict casket.
Yeah, and right now Morphling though still farming well. He's up to 28 CS, but Mirana 27 CS. I mean, that's quite unusual. Mirana, sort of their main carry, just decided to roam from top lane to mid, picking up a kill on Queen of Pain though, so totally worth it. But sort of abandoning a free farm lane, and yeah, now Sand King is going to take this top lane, and I like that Sand King is the one that they are going to give a slightly easier lane to, because he needs some farm and levels at this point.
Yeah, he really needs to fight someone that's on his level of farm and levels at the moment. Like this Windrunner has boots. It's pretty much the same farm as the Sand King. If the Sand King should easily be able to take him 1v1, just stunning and just trading hits of that bottle, because Windrunner has no regen at all. Eventually, the Sand King should be able to get some boots, maybe arcane boots or ring or whatever he wants to go for. He just really needs his farm at top.
Yeah, he has got the level 6 though, so he's not too under leveled. But yeah, as you said, the arcane boots, or just a ring of health to sort of start maybe even building towards a Vanguard, which we see every now and then, could help him out a lot. As I'd say big plays, I mean, we're going to see Mirana looking for another kill on the Queen of Pain. Regen rune at top, Mirana gets that, and Mirana with phase boots, with this regen rune, denying it from the Queen of Pain, going to really help her out in this mid lane. Already up to level 7, the max out Starfall. Fissure, Starfall, going to just harass. Arrow actually, Starfall to follow. Going to be able to blink out, actually blinks at weird, awkward direction, and leap in. Mirana should be able to get this kill. Oh, Queen of Pain not doing enough damage. In comes the VS, the AA. ES on the run. Mirana popping the regen rune. Yes! As it will get cancelled, and now the Muffin Man needs to be careful. The fissure going down. Mirana looking to come back in for a kill, maybe. And
that was a really strange blink by Arn there. I was not really entirely sure what he was thinking. Maybe, I don't know, it could be the lag because he does have internet difficulties at the moment. But I just want to mention, looking at Dan CS, he actually has the most on the scoreboard despite versing a deny lane and 2 long range harass, which is just really nice play.
Yeah, I mean, Mirana's been moving around the map a bit, and definitely Tyranny has been sort of left a bit at this bottom lane just to farm away. And I mean, right now it's just a Witch Doctor there. Enigma has actually left to go to this top lane. It looks like Giggles want to push. They go on T-Duck. The Epicenter going to go down. T-Duck will drop as the stun from the Enigma with the Epicenter, and Sand King taking a bit of damage from the tower. He's going to get out okay though. So T-Duck not farming all too well in this top lane, and that's his second death already.
It's really hard to play a Windrunner in this kind of situation where there's just so many heroes that can kill him with a combo, like Potom, Arrow, Leap Starfall, even Enigma can just stun and some conversions of Black Hole, because he's so weak at the moment, he's so low level, no items, and especially having like no ward at top lane, like he can't predict when they're coming. It's just he either goes out and has the risk of dying, or he's stand back, hit the farm, low levels, they just get free roam either way.
Yeah, he does get that denied, but yeah, I agree. If you look at this Dire team, every hero has at least one disable. Some of them have multiple disables, and that's just a Windrunner's worst nightmare, because you can't just rely on that Windrun to escape. 2 heroes alone is enough to kill him, and we can see already at that top lane having a lot of trouble here. As meanwhile, Giggles, I mean, mid lane, Mirana still farming it up, but they are going to have to worry about this Morphling, as he is going to be looking to get up that fast Lincoln Sphere, I imagine.
Oh yeah, definitely. A Lincoln Sphere would be great up against this team. There's a lot of single target stuns, which just work out so well. He might go for Ethereal Blade after the Lincolns, or maybe Manta, but I'm thinking Ethereal Blade, because with the Ethereal Blade, the shotgun Morphling, he can just replicate one of his heroes and just easily pick off a Witch Doctor or ES or something, someone that's really squishy. Just get a really quick kill, and then hopefully put them in favor of a team fight.
Yep, and Giggles are looking to make something happen mid. They've got 4 heroes there. Enigma the only one not here, as Mirana coming in from behind the tower. Queen of Pain and Vengeful Spirit, the only 2 there to defend. And big plays, it looks like they're going to lose another tower, and they're yet to really take any towers of their own, although they're looking to pressure this bottom tier 1 tower. They really want Tyranny to maybe get that, as that'll really help boost up his GPM.
See, that mid tower got lost there because when they're pushing like that, the Windrunner really needs to rotate that mid lane and just power shot spam, delay it as much as possible, because they don't really have that much strong of a push. It's only Enigma minions, and with a Queen of Pain as well as a VS backing them up, they could have easily defended that tower and just mitigated some of that gold that they just got.
And AA Illusion actually baits out a lot of stuns, Sand King, Burrow Striker, Cask, as well as an arrow, so that's going to help big plays out. They were in a bit of trouble at bottom lane. Right now, they're only behind by about 2k gold. I mean, it's early on, but that's pretty much comes down to those 2 towers. I mean, the actual farm is very, very even. And the kills, I mean, going in Giggles' way, but the 2k gold difference, I mean, that's pretty much summed up by the towers. So as far as big plays farming is going, they're doing pretty well here.
Yeah, the Morphling has heaps of CS as well as the Queen of Pain. Oh, mid lane.
And that big black hole comes in. Enigma, spot on, takes out 2. Queen of Pain as well as Vengeful Spirit. And with that, we're going to see big plays for even slightly further behind on the scoreboard. Windrunner needs to be there for those shackle shots. And once again, Giggles moving around the map well. I mean, Enigma has gone from bottom to mid to top, back to mid, and all their heroes just going where they're needed. And I feel like big plays are just being a bit more predictable and just sort of statically farming, and just those ganks are just so easy to set up.
Yeah, T-Duck really needs to move around the map. Because he had that really disadvantaged start at top lane because he got first blooded and couldn't really farm anything. His mind is probably thinking that he needs to catch up by getting this farm, but if he just holds a TP and counter ganks, it'd be so much more worth it. Just helping out the team, defending towers, etc. Yeah, and Sand King is in the front here, scouting some out as they are going to go charging in. They are going to find too many heroes that they can handle, as ES Fissure, oh no, gets cancelled.
and big plays do not really want to engage here. Morphling is at mid farming away. That's probably where he should be, but Winrunner maybe needs to get to this bottom lane, start spamming that power shot, although at the same time Mirana picking up an ultimate orb will be putting pressure on this top tier 2 tower, so someone has to defend that as well.
Yeah, this is pretty much a race against time.
As Vengeful Spirit does get caught out. Nice shackle shot finds the Sand King, and we are going to see big plays looking to take out this Sand King. Queen of Pain going in, does have an ulti. Power shot not going to hit as he is the AA ultimate. Going to completely miss though. And with that, big play still on the chase though. Queen of Pain bottling up, but needs to be careful. If Queen of Pain blinks in, could find some chain stuns coming from the Sand King, from the ES as they pop the Arcane Whip, and now Queen of Pain changing direction, goes for the Enigma. Enigma has gone for the early Blink Dagger. And once again, big plays not really making anything happen with their group of heroes at the bottom lane.
Yeah, as I was saying before, it's kind of a race against time. Oh, mid lane.
Yeah, as Enigma getting waved down. Ooh, kill goes to Tyranny. So in some ways, big plays, they are running out of time. I mean, they need to be careful. They need to just make sure this Morphling can get up the farm he needs to sort of carry the game. But at the moment, Morphling's not going to get a chance to if they're not pushing any towers and if they're constantly falling behind in kills as well as towers. I mean, Mirana at the top, farming away, pressuring a tier 2 tower, and big plays, yeah, definitely in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, they're really disadvantaged at the moment, but if they can get this late game with a Morphling, with a VS Aura, as well as all the other potential disables, and that AA ulti, which is just absolutely beast late game, it'll look really bad for Dire, but unless we see a dataless ES or a really huge Morphling, it should be our carry, the Morphling.
Yeah, I think, I mean, Mirana as well as Morphling, I'd say they're pretty much similar. Yeah, 350 to 320 on Tyranny. So Mirana slightly out-farming Morphling at the moment in terms of just raw gold coming from kills as well as towers, but Morphling not far behind and definitely a hero that scales much better going into the late game. Same goes for support heroes like AA, does well in the late game. Although, I mean, look, the Dire team, they've got so many disables to help shut down a Morphling. I mean, the Sand King, stuns, ES as well, and even Witch Doctor. I mean, that cast can be very, very annoying.
Yeah, there is a lot of disable. Tyranny, he will be looking for a Linkers, but who knows, he might still go for a Black King bar, but getting that Black King bar is kind of a waste of money, because if the Enigma aims his Black Hole on him every single fight, it'll just render that item useless.
Yeah, no, absolutely, as we will see Winrunner trying to build up that mech, and that's what big plays need. They need some of these items to deal with this big AoE team fight coming out of Giggles. The Nectar Pipe, there's a Blink, Black Hole on Cynical T-Duck, there's Burrow Strike, the Epicenter coming in, both will drop, the Fissure as well. I feel like a slight overkill. They used a few too many spells there, but definitely they did pick up two fairly straightforward kills, as meanwhile mid lane, Enigma needs to be careful. He gets the tower deny, but Queen of Pain wants this kill, does have the ultimate, does have a scream. This should be a kill, won't even need the scream, and Arrow going to go flying in, completely misses. Mirana though, chasing the Queen of Pain, and Queen of Pain going to have to get the hell out of here as the hasted Mirana is hot on her heels.
Yeah, well, they did have a bit of a trade at bot lane. While they were all dying, he did get a mid tower as well as a kill, so it wasn't too shabby. And
the tower did get denied though.
Free farming.
Yeah, the tower did get denied by Enigma TPing in, which probably, that definitely hurt Queen of Pain a bit, but he did get the kill. And now Sand King ES going to find the Muffin Man, the Maledict goes down, Muffin Man will drop. Looks like he was just trying to get some wards out for his team, but getting a bit caught out of position there.
Yeah, as you were saying before, the deny, it is pretty big. It's denying half the gold that they should be getting, but just getting any tower on the map down for Dire is just, it's pretty big, because they've got so much map control at the moment, using those front towers just to teleport, get the team fights so quick.
Especially that mid-tier 1 tower can be so important to take down. Even if it gets denied, it's still worth it, because it just acts as such a central point in the map to TP to. As Sand King, Queen of Pain going to spot each other here in the jungle. Sand King will stun on in, needs to be careful. The Shackle is actually going to cancel his Sandstorm by the looks of things. And are they going to get this kill? May need the Queen of Pain ulti, as there's the Enigma stun. Queen of Pain ulti going to get the kill, and now Enigma trying to get this Queen of Pain. AA ultimate going to go flying in. Enigma actually gets shackled, and he's going to be in trouble. Vengeful Spirit stun. Enigma will drop to a couple more right clicks. T-Duck picks up the kill. And big plays, I mean, they're starting to turn this around with a couple kills. Morphling getting more and more farm. He's now up to 2.2k gold. That's going to be his ultimate ult. We should be seeing a Lincoln Sphere in the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Big Plays is actually kind of turning this around when it's been a 4v5, while the Morphling's just been farming the whole game, not really helping, because there isn't any towers to help TP counter gank to, because they lost them so early. But yeah, getting that Lincoln Sphere, this is looking pretty good for Big Plays if they can just hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's looking good just yet. I mean, that definitely is a slight turnaround. I mean, Mirana still farming away. Mirana, I believe, is getting close to that Mantis, has both the Blade of Alacrity and the Boots of Elven Skin at home, so only about 1k gold away from that Mantis, and it's 18 minutes in, so decent farm on her, but still Morphling, yeah, definitely the greater late game carry. He's now, Tyranny is just farming away pretty much uncontested for the last 5-10 minutes, which is definitely not something that Giggles are going to be all too happy about. They have got Blink Dagger up on the Sand King now, so that could help them with those initiations.
Yeah, another great thing about Morphling is just that you can just replicate the enemy carry and you just get another free DPS in a team fight.
Regeneration.
You can let them farm up, do the work for you almost.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a Lion, Manage Rain, they don't have a Hex or anything, so they can't really kill any replicates. Unless it's just pure AoE burst down or something.
Yeah, I think but a Mirana with just like a Mantis style, it's not going to matter too much if you get a replicate. It's not, those illusions don't do all that much damage until it gets late game. Or if it's like a hero with a Radiant. But right now, I mean, Big Plays, if they can get some of these tier 1 towers, the bottom tower, the top tower, that's when they'll be in a fairly decent position. I mean, right now, the gold difference is about 4k in Giggles' favor, as well as the XP graph, slightly in Giggles' favor as well, about 3k there. But yeah, Big Plays, they definitely have the opportunity there. If they can get this mech up on Windrunner, as well as the Morphling's Lincoln Sphere. Queen of Pain, going to be actually up to 1200 gold, maybe a point booster. Yeah, he's going to be going for the Aghanim Scepter by the looks of it, as High wants to just sort of tank up a little bit and get that low cooldown ultimate.
Yeah, going for the Aghanim Scepter. I was really expecting him to get a drum with that early bracer. I mean, it will help out his teammates, as well as the extra DPS, but it looks like Potter will go down with that Scream.
Oh yeah, that's a big kill. That was a dominating streak on the Queen of Pain. That's going to get Queen of Pain a lot of gold and quite a decent amount of XP as well, so getting a bit sloppy here as Giggles actually swinging towards Roshan, but with Mirana just going down. I mean, they can Roshan, but it'll be very, very slow, very inefficient, and it looks like they're not actually going to do this.
If Big Plays pressures mid as they're doing now, it's engaging, just forcing any sort of backup, Tyranny can take the top tower. So
yep.
It's a very good decision by Arn in mid lane, just blinking in, just to draw out some sort of any TPs that they might have been doing.
And Tyranny has picked up his Lincoln Sphere now. He's got 900 gold on top of that. He's pushing away. He could even pressure this tier 2 tower. Right now, Giggles have noticed him there, and it looks like Tyranny is going to have to back off as Big Plays are not putting on much pressure at the moment. Maybe need to be wary that Giggles aren't looking to take that Roshan soon, as they did sort of poke and prod, but Tyranny, immediately, there's a big creep wave at bottom for him to just go and farm, so still his gold is getting a bit out of hand here. I mean, currently he's now up to over 400 gold per minute. He's well overtaken the Mirana, and now Giggles maybe looking for some sort of smoke gank or looking to make something happen. We are going to see Mantisal up in just a couple hundred gold on the Mirana.
Yeah, this is pretty much, this just reminds me of a Chinese Morphling, just the teams just fighting, just holding them off, letting him have like all the push lanes, because it's just so easy for a Morphling to just farm a lane, just wave it out real quick, just TP to another lane, then just continue to farm that while the other one starts to push back. Just the seesaw. Yeah,
and Giggles are going to smoke them. Looks like they want to go on the Morphling. He has got the Lincolns, but he needs to be careful. I don't know if he's going to expect something like this. Big Plays are coming. Cynical is coming. That swap could be something that would be used to save him, but definitely he will drop very, very quickly. Are they going to go for this? Sand King does have the Blink Dagger, but they're going to need... Epicenter is being used as well. They go in, they need to swap, he gets the wave off, and that was a big wasted gank, and this is not looking good for Giggles. Here comes the counter gank. Stuns go on Sand King. Sand King will drop to a couple more right clicks. Queen of Pain blinks in, Sand King drops, and now Giggles really on the back foot here. Queen of Pain looking to maybe chase some more, but they do need to be wary. The black hole is up for the Enigma as Queen of Pain blinks in, immediately realizes, oh, AA ulti is going to hit Mirana. Mirana needs to be careful as Tyranny, oh, the blink black hole only gets teed up. The swap is there. Enigma will drop, and ES ulti not doing a whole lot. Witch Doctor ultimate is right clicking away. ES drops, 3 down. 4 Giggles, and now Witch Doctor will drop as well. TP out from Mirana, a terrible trade for them. Witch Doctor, oh, TP's out. Luckily for Giggles, they did manage to cut their losses, but that was a terrible fight for them. The initiation on the Morphling, everything went wrong very, very quickly.
That's the problem with trying to gank a Morphling. He has a Linken's and stat change, and the only way that they can kill him is if they somehow chain stun it with a Maledict on top. There's just no other way that they're going to kill him, especially when they're engaging on him right next to his second tier tower, where they can just all TP the counter gank, which is just what they did. And there was just no epicenter, no stun from the Sand King, and now they get a free tower bot lane.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, they used up all the spells, just not even doing much damage to the Morphling. They're going to get tower. Queen of Pain will blink in, actually has a haste rune picked up, and Queen of Pain up to 2k gold. Looks to be getting very close to that Aghanim Scepter. Urn has been bought. I believe that'll just be the Vengeful Spirit, and we will see big plays. I think they're feeling in a much better and safer position now. They're not going to be as worried, and they're going to play a lot safer. Just worry about protecting this Morphling, because with this Morphling, they've got the advantage now going into the late game.
Yeah, they'd be very comfortable after securing those couple kills, getting all that XP and farm, especially when Tyranny is really close to that Ethereal Blade, which is what I'm guessing. He has 2.7k saved up, so it's kind of a no-brainer that he's going for an EB.
Yeah.
If he gets that Ethereal Blade, which will be really fast, it's only 24 minutes in and he's getting close to it. He can one-shot that Mirana, who only has like 1k health, even Enigma, or maybe not, he actually has a cloak. But just any of the support heroes, or even Sand King is really fragile as well.
Yeah, and Giggles are going to use this opportunity to take out Roshan, but they've actually fallen behind on the gold graph now, as they're about 1k gold behind. This Roshan will even things up, but still, going into the late game, I mean, Mirana has a Manta style, but definitely will not be able to contest with this Morphling. Morphling, once he gets up that Ethereal Blade, he can just instantly take out heroes like this Earthshaker or the Witch Doctor. Earthshaker, who does have a blink now. I mean, if you look at the Dire team, they can still make plays happen. They've got the blink dagger on both Sand King as well as Earthshaker. I mean, they've got the Enigma with the blink dagger. They've got three huge clutch AoE heroes with blink daggers, as Sand King actually going to get taken down very low by the AA ultimate. Does have the Aegis, but does not want to waste that on nothing, as we will see big plays. Just, I mean, they're happy just to play this slow, get this Morphling nice and farmed.
Unfortunate for the AA ulti just to not hit that Sand King. If that hit him, that would have just got rid of that Aegis instantly, which would have been pretty hilarious. But yeah, getting that Aegis really puts Giggle in a good position to fight them in a good team fight. If they have all the ultis, and he can actually get a good epicenter on all the team, not on a Morphling who can just soak it up.
Yeah, and I feel like Giggles, they haven't gone for any pipe or mech yet. We see Enigma maybe building a pipe, but that's definitely hurt them, as Winner has finished that mech, giving his team a lot more survivability. And this smoke around, they may just go straight onto the ES. Queen of Pain blinks in on the Enigma. ES does have the blink dagger, so does Sand King. They stop the Sand King. Sand King stunned. ES ulti, huge initiation from them. Sand King, though, the epicenter gets countered by something. Tyranny in the middle, takes out the ES, and now looking for more as a 1-for-1 trade so far. And, I mean, Morphling getting a kill. They did lose the Ancient Apparition, and now Mirana in a bit of trouble here. Does have the leap if he needs, but not a big loss there for big players. Only losing their support Ancient Apparitions. The Muffin Man going down.
No, they only lost an Ancient Apparition for that, which wasn't too bad. If they could pick up a pipe, big plays, one of these heroes can pick up a pipe, they'll pretty much win every single team fight, having that mech advantage already. I mean, a pipe and a mech up against that AoE team, especially when the bottom doesn't have much DPS, it just won't look very good for them.
Yeah, and I mean, this is one of those games where Queen of Pain farming well could even be the hero to get that pipe. I know I've seen AL, they've had a Musica get the pipe on Queen of Pain before. But yeah, right now, Tyranny up to 4.3k gold. He's just 600 away from the Ethereal Blade, which, I mean, you mentioned it's almost definite that he will be getting that.
Yeah, once he gets this Ethereal Blade, we might just see, I don't know, we're just going to see some insane play just with this replicate. It's just going to replicate one of these heroes and just do some John Rambo shit and just most likely aim more of the important heroes, even maybe just Witch Doctor, get rid of that casket, that Maledict, which is it's pretty big in a team fight.
Yeah, oh, he's an annoying hero. Even the Maledict as well. If you can land a nice Maledict, you can almost get an extra kill for your team. So getting rid of a hero like that. I mean, and same ES. I mean, ES with the Blink Dagger, he's a hero that can really unleash havoc in a team fight. So taking out him would definitely be useful. And if you can find him with the Ethereal Blade before he uses that Blink, you can take him out very, very quickly. As we're going to see, yep, he has bought the... Yes, he's bought the Eagle Song. He's going to have 100 gold, and then he will have the Ethereal Blade. And meanwhile, Giggles sort of scratching their heads. They have got the hood on the Enigma. Is going to be making that pipe, although he does need about 300 or 400 more gold for that. And yeah, Giggles definitely in a bit of a tough position now.
Yeah, I mean he's going for that pipe now, but I mean it's kind of a bit too late now. If they had that in that early advantage, that kill advantage, tower advantage, and they just pushed it for pipe, maybe a mech on another hero, they could have got a lot more towers and a lot more out of their pushes, and even team fights. But because they have a lot of blink dagger heroes, no one on their team can really get a mech, especially that the witch doctor's the full support. We might actually end up seeing this Enigma get a mech, maybe after the pipe.
I'm a bit surprised Enigma went straight for the blink dagger when the Sank and the ES both have some nice initiation. I mean, this is one of those games where I feel like Enigma could have gone straight for the soaring into mech and then got mech and pipe as well, and that would have been I mean, blink dagger could have been a mech instead, and we'd have the pipe just about now, but instead he went for this vitality boost. So he would get just as much survivability, probably more from a mech than that vitality boost. So I feel like it was just a bit of a wasted gold there.
Yeah, vitality boost is about half the price of a mech, and if you got that mech, team pushes, team fights, just everything would have been much better. And this blink dagger hasn't really worked out for him. He hasn't really landed a big hole.
Cynical in trouble, putting down an observer in the bottom lane, gets spotted. He will drop, but not the biggest loss. Oh, Windrunner needs to be careful not to get caught out as well. AA ultimate going to go flying in, just going to sort of tickle down Team Giggles, as Sand King does still have that Aegis, so he's not too worried about being dropped. As yeah, Giggles, they need a push, but they haven't got the best DPS to do so. Marana is up to 3.2k gold. Possibly something like an MKB, some kind of damage item coming up next, but Morphling is definitely the one doing much, much better. And Morphling not even looking to use that Ethereal Blade right away to get kills with the replica. He just wants to make sure he's putting on pressure at this top lane.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard for them to push now because A has levels, A ulti, as well as Windrunner power shot, and now an Ethereal Blade replicate Morphling. I just don't really see how they can push without risking a potential death.
Yeah.
As you can see, they're all backing now. They don't want to risk it.
Yeah, it's just too scary. I mean, here, one shackle shot and then Morphling can just KO someone. They've got the air ultimate as well. Big players have just got such great defensive sort of setup here. I mean, sure, the Dire team have the blink daggers to initiate, as there we're going to see Morphling at top. Takes out Sand King, just the Aegis, but still, why the hell not? He's perfectly okay. He's going to TP. He needs to be careful. It's quite a long TP. But he's going to be just okay, as ES coming in a bit too late for that one.
I think if that ES fissure hit him, he probably would have kept TPing. He had Lincoln Sphere.
And Windrunner at bottom. Yeah, Marana as well as Witch Doctor, not able to do all that much there. And yeah, I mean, he's got Lincoln Sphere, so he's not in that much danger. He's up to 1400 gold now as well, so I'd say Giggles really need to start making something happen soon.
Yeah, they really need to get some sort of big combo up with this Black Hole, Sand King ulti, as well as ES ulti. They got all the daggers, but they just haven't caught them out. They haven't caught them out when they're all together. Like right now, they're just playing it safe, just all standing back, letting the Morphling at the front, because he's just near impossible to die. If they engage on him, he can just get swapped out and supported.
Yep, and I mean, Marana is still farming okay. I mean, up to 4.2k gold. I mean, what you would say MKB is the next item, or just some kind of survivability? What would you go for here?
I was just about to say BKB because the Ethereal Blade Morphling, but by getting that BKB, it just makes his DPS. He's not going to do much in team fights because his Manta Star will just die instantly, and he needs an MKB or like a crit or something. He needs damage, maybe even an orb effect.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Even a Desolator at this point could just give him some nice right-click damage. And Desolator is a bit cheaper than it used to be. As bottom lane, we are going to see the engagement. They want the Morphling. There's the Epicenter. They may even have to use a Black Hole. No, they're not going to. Queen of Pain ultimate coming in a bit late. Buyback, though, from Morphling. They want to go on this. The Moonlight Shadow, though, preventing big plays from spotting them out. And it looks like they're going to use all those Blink Daggers just to make sure they get out there. And a bit of a hasty buyback coming from Morphling. That ate up a lot of his gold. And also getting picked off there. That was what Giggles needed, I feel.
Yeah, they really need to kill him, and making him use that buyback, that's just a bit of icing on the cake. But they had to use... Oh, here we go.
As yeah, they are narrowly. As they are gem up on Enigma is doing some dewarding, but Queen of Pain finds Enigma with a Shadow Strike. As meanwhile, big players though, the rest of the team are just in the nooch, not really trying to chase that one up. And Marana, still farming away. Quite happy with this BKB, but wants to get that next damage item up. And I think, it's a case where Marana's DPS is just not enough yet. So he's quite happy to keep farming. And the fact they just ganked the Morphling, forced the buyback, mean Mirana is getting closer and closer to this Morphling in terms of raw DPS.
Yeah, Mirana definitely needed that breathing space to farm because while they're, well, just playing with the Morphling, just distracting him, and he doesn't have the fear of getting KO'd by a Morphling in the fog. But to take that Morphling out, they had a Sand King ulti and an ES ulti just to take him out. So just imagine if they have the rest of the team backing him up with a mech and a pipe, he won't die.
I'm not sure if they'll even go for the pipe at this point. We're going to see what looks to be a Lincoln Sphere being built on Queen of Pain. I mean, Queen of Pain has got the Perseverance up, hasn't bought the Aghanim Scepter, so I think it's going to be a Lincoln Sphere. And then Windrunner as well, finishing the Force up, could go for a pipe next, but that's still going to take a while, still about a couple thousand gold away from that. So maybe not going to pipe as of yet, as Ancient Apparition is going to be building the Drum of Endurance, and now, yeah, big plays, need to back off. Giggles are on the chase, looking for some kills.
Yeah, Arn's going a really strange item build this game. He looked like he was going for an Aghanims, then he decided to get Perseverance, so Lincolns, but he could still maybe go for Aghanims. So he actually is getting Lincolns. I was thinking Aghanims because it will work out real well with that Ethereal Blade, just even more of a KO, especially on the carry here at late game. Another item that I was thinking of that the Queen of Pain could have possibly got was maybe a Veil that also works well with AA, the Morphling, just even more AoE.
Yep, and Mirana has found a DD rune, so we're going to have to see whether or not they can make something happen with this. They are pushing it towards the bottom line, as right now, some people are saying there's a bit of stream lag. I'm going to try to fix that soon, guys, but right now, Giggles are pushing away, pounding away on this tier 2 tower with a DD rune. Morphling doing the smart thing, defending by counter pushing at mid, and here we're going to see AA Ultimate goes in, they pop the pipe, and with that, Sand King getting shackled, they're not going to be able to go in. The pipe is up, Arrow going to go flying in, not going to find anyone, but Morphling counter pushing, gets the tier 2 tower. He can just keep on pushing in, as right now Giggles are not doing enough damage to this tier 2 tower, and Morphling is pushing faster than this Giggles team.
The problem here is Tyranny doesn't have a TP scroll or a replicate on anyone, so if they're having a team fight right now, and they take them all out, that's a rack score.
Yep, although he is just going to keep on pushing forward, not worrying about coming back to defend. He's probably just told his team, play as safe as possible. Whatever happens, do not force a fight. And there come the TP. He's going to wait out, but they're going to be able to chase him maybe. Burrow Strike not going to go through the Lincolns, but Fissure, Arrow, maybe going to come soon. Fissure not going to reach. He should be okay. He can morph to Strength, and yet they're not going to be able to chase him as... What is he going to pick up next? He has got up to 3k gold. Maybe just go for Manta Cell or possibly even the Skadi if he just wants to boost up his raw stats.
Yeah, you could go for Skadi or Manta Cell. Any one of those items is absolutely great. Just boosting up that damage from his Ethereal Blade combo. He might be looking for a Manta Cell because he has been doing a lot of solo pushing. And if he can get that Manta Cell, it'll make his solo pushing a lot more faster. And that mid tower possibly would have had maybe 300 HP if he had a Manta Style. Yeah.
And right now, Tyranny continuing to farm away on that bottom lane. Winner up to 2k gold, wondering if it will be that pipe. I think that pipe will definitely be, I mean, it's not a must-buy item, but it's just an item that's so cost-effective. I mean, sure, Winner could go for that Sheepstick, but I think the pipe here will just provide the Radiant team with so much more than what that Sheepstick could provide. They don't really need a Sheepstick to deal with these heroes. They've all got the blink engagements. You can't really prevent them from engaging on you. It's just a matter of surviving it, which the pipe will sort of give them.
Yeah, it's really surprised me that no one's on big plays has picked up a pipe 36 minutes in against that lineup. It's just, I don't know, I'm just scratching my head right now.
Yep, and we will see Queen of Pain AA. They're just sort of looking around in the jungle here. T-Duck, Winner spamming off the middle lane, and Giggles, they've rotated towards top, so deciding they can't do much mid. But once again, Tyranny on the bottom lane, he is doing the counter pushing. What has he bought? He's bought something. I believe he's bought an ultimate orb there, as there is one sitting on the courier. He's going to TP back now, so this time they want to defend. He wants to be there for this. And we're going to see whether or not he can maybe get the insta-K on. AA Ultimate going to go flying in, not going to spot them because they are... Actually, no, it's just the SK who's in this. The rest of them are going to get spotted. And Windrunner goes charging in. T-Duck needs to be careful. He's very far away from his team. And both teams going to sort of back off as here comes the Moonlight Shadow. Have they got vision of this? No sentries or gem. There's a sentry being put down by Cynical. Spots him out, immediately getting dewatered though. And that cast is just very, very annoying right now, as we will see whether or not Giggles can get the engagement they want. They're going to TP out though, as there's Mirana going to the bottom lane. Mirana up to 4k gold now.
Yeah, Mirana we might see a Deso or possibly MKB or maybe even a Daedalus. I don't know, anything is good at this point, just damage. But we'll have a look in a second. It's going to have the Demon Edge, I'm guessing. Actually going for a Butterfly. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not really raw DPS.
I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. It's not really raw DPS. I mean, it gives you the evasion as well as the attack speed, but the attack speed when you don't have that great base damage isn't really all that good. Butterfly seems to be more of like a late game item after you have that DPS line. Windrunner going to look for the Witch Doctor. Shackle does not latch on. T-Duck has not been quite on point with some of these shackle shots, as we will see Queen of Pain go blinking in as well. They're not going to find anyone, as the Dire team just chain blinking away, trying to play as safe as possible here.
Apparently you're lagging. Is you fixing that?
I'm attempting to fix it as we speak.
Okay.
Good old Thai internet.
The thing I don't understand with the Butterfly on the Mirana is I just don't really see how it's that useful up against a team that has just burst. I mean,
yeah,
the Morphling won't even really be doing that much physical damage to the bottom unless he just EB combo someone else and then focus him with Manta images or just physical damage, but I don't think evasion will do too much.
And there's a blink, Echo Slam, catches a couple of Black Hole, gonna get a few, but Tyranny gets swapped out. Great swap coming from Cynical, and now ES will drop. Tyranny has still got the Ethereal Blade up. Who is he gonna use it on? He's waiting, he's gonna right click down the Witch Doctor. There's the Ethereal Blade on the Enigma. Enigma getting very low, couple more right clicks from Tyranny will take out the Enigma. Enigma surviving, Queen of Pain takes out Sand King meanwhile, and 3 heroes drop. Vengeful Spirit is the only one they lose, and great team fight for big plays, as the swap from Cynical, swapping Tyranny out of that Black Hole, really helped them out there.
Yeah, we might see a Rax here. They do have a Glyph still, so they could stall it out for a bit, but they don't have any ultis whatsoever, and it's only pot 'em up. So I just don't see how they can defend against it, especially with that Morph's DPS.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. Morph is just getting a bit out of control. He's got 2 ultimate ults, is going to be making that Skadi. Arrow not going to find anyone, and Mirana has picked up the quarterstaff as well, so if Mirana drops, does not have buyback, forced to leap away. Tyranny though still right clicking away on this tower, and we will see that drop, and ES needs to be careful. The Ethereal Blade goes looking, Tyranny, nope, going to replicate all the way out. He's just gone back a little bit, now TPing away, and Enigma looking to maybe catch one. Queen of Pain does have the blink up. It's going to be T-Duck who needs to be careful, maybe going to look for a TP or just a force away, as Arrow, ooh, narrowly misses. There's a nice force stuff downhill, and he will get out. And big plays, they take out the tower and get out without losing any heroes.
Yeah, it was really good play there, getting that tower now. And also, the whole team is just completely wealthy. Everyone is so rich. The Windrunner has 3.3k gold. I don't know, you could maybe get a Vlad or something with that Bassi.
Well, they still haven't got the pipe. I mean, I definitely think pipe could help them out a lot. I mean, most of that damage coming at them is magic damage from the ES as well as the Sand King ultimate.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just really surprised no one's picked up a pipe. Like, Pop could easily get it, has the money.
I think Quap will just go for the ag. Yeah, probably just going to go for the ag set here. But right now, I mean, the gold graph, a huge spike upwards, now up to 5k gold just in the last couple of minutes. And big players with that nice big team fight are in control of this game, I feel. And Roshan is up, so big players want to make sure Giggles don't get that. They're going to blink in on Sand King and not get that kill there. The gem is still up on the Enigma. That's important. Giggles need that gem. They want the map control, and definitely if they give the gem away, then they're giving big plays free vision of the Moonlight Shadow as well as the Sand King in the invis form. So big plays, I mean, they're making things happen, and right now they are charging forward. It looks like Morphling has finished off that Skadi. Helm of the Dominator as well, so he's got Skadi and Lifesteal, and that is a very scary looking Morphling.
Oh yeah, if he can finish that Helm of the Dominator into a Satanic, we'll just see such a beast Morphling, just max agility and still have at least almost 2.5k HP. It's just ridiculous.
And there they spot them out in the trees. Witch Doctor, Sand King, the AA ultimate gonna hit the Sand King, gonna prevent him from blinking, but although he does look like he will be okay, as big play still lurking around mid. They may just switch it up, decide to go for Roshan here, but they have plenty of options. They're in no rush. They are feeling very confident with this farm on the Morphling. Morphling up to 385 creeps. His gold per minute getting up to 550, and Mirana sitting only around 420. They are going to scout at Roshan. I bet, yeah, they're just going to go for this. I mean, they just have to position well, have the Vengeful Spirit on the outside to either swap out the Morphling, as actually Vengeful Spirit cops an arrow. They need to keep this Vengeful Spirit alive. Gets forced onto the high ground. Terrible position for Cynical to be in, and he is going to get caught out maybe. Mech does pop from T-Duck, keeping him alive a bit longer, but the BKB Mirana swap down, swap on the illusion. In comes the Epicenter. 2 drop from the Sand King ultimate. Sand King will go down, and now Morphling trying to go in, does have the Ethereal Blade, and the Black Hole catches Queen of Pain and Morphling. Is there some follow-up stunts? It doesn't look like it's going to be enough as Enigma goes down. So does the Sand King, and with that, Morphling just cleaning up with Skadi, gets a triple kill, and now Mirana maybe going to go down as well, as Mirana is looking to maybe, will snipe the Ancient Apparition. Gem picked up by Tyranny, and he can now kill this Mirana as well, as Mirana needs to leap away.
I really thought Tyranny was going to pick up the kill there, possibly cap his cap net, just made him miss that wave. I'm not entirely sure. He still had Ethereal Blade and Adaptive Strike. Yeah, this Morphling's just out of control. They can't kill him, and with that max agility, and he has this much HP, the DPS is just crazy. He's got 0.4 seconds of attack per second. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and that is without having the Satanic. When he gets the Satanic, he's going to be even tankier, and he can also use that to sort of heal himself up if he ever gets low. They just can't take out this Morphling, and they're spending their time. I think Giggles played that team fight as well as they could. They killed the support heroes first. Cynical got caught quite far out of position. They killed the Windrunner, but in the end, Morphling is never going to be able to get killed. He's always going to get 2, 3, 4 kills in a fight, and the best Giggles can hope for is to maybe take out the rest of his supporting the supporting quadruple that are trying to keep him alive. But yeah, right now Tyranny just out of control, up to 2k gold. Maybe just going to keep the buyback now, but right now Giggles in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I just don't see how they can take this Morph on. The Morph can almost 1v5 them, especially since that the pod only has a butterfly. It doesn't have like a crit or anything. There's no damage to take him out. And with a team just full of only one-trick pony kind of spells, like Black Hole, Sand King ulti, they can't really do much against a Morphling.
Yep, and now a Morphling trying to chase down this Mirana does manage to leap away, and Morphling, he's got up the replicate, so he can just look to go, take one out, and then get the hell out as A ultimate gonna go flying in mid, not to catch anyone. There's no Aghanim Scepter coming on Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain will be building towards a Sheepstick here, so Queen of Pain, just a random point booster just to get those early game stats, is now going to see Queen of Pain still on the hunt, actually blinking into some trees here as T-Duck. I feel like he's playing a bit too aggressive with some of his positioning. He needs to just sit back and wait for those shackle shots rather than just go charging in at times.
Yeah, at the moment he's been playing as like the initiator. It's pretty crazy, pretty ballsy.
Yeah.
I'd really be expecting the Morphling as the initiator with that adaptive strike and replicate, survivability.
Yeah, Morphling forces a glyph out, just waves himself out, playing it safe, doesn't want to do too much damage yet. The fight has yet to begin. And he's still sitting on 21 strength. I mean, he's got 2.1k HP. He could even morph more to agility if he really wants, but already as it is, he is very, very farmed, and this tier 3 tower at mid could drop very quickly. No Black Hole for 10 seconds. There goes the Moonlight Shadow. I believe they've got a gem up. We'll have to see just where that is. Yes, gem on the Ancient Apparition. That's going to prevent that Moonlight Shadow being used too effectively. And right now, ES is looking to go in, but big plays have just backed off. Mirana in the front lines needs to be careful. He could turn around. There's the Ethereal Blade. Mirana gets taken down to half HP before the fight even begins. Mirana maybe not even having buyback as Morphling blocking the cast. Sand King, Epicenter only finding Morphling, stuns into the Windrunner, and the mech being used. Sand King goes down, Arrow gonna hit Cynical, but that's not gonna matter too much. Tyranny still charging forward, and Enigma getting shackled will probably drop here as well. There goes the Queen of Pain ulti, Morphling waving in, and Windrunner picks up a kill as now 2 heroes are dropped, 5v3, big place. I mean, pretty much fully healed up now. This should be a Rax at mid and maybe even top as well.
That was such a messy team fight. The bottom just went right at the front and copped an Ethereal Blade combo without using that BKB in time, and just got such low HP, having DD as well, and just couldn't even DPS anyone down. And the Enigma just couldn't even get in position to use the Black Hole, same as ES. Just such a mess.
And with that, we're going to see Tyranny go in, shotgun another hero, He takes out the ES, looking to take out the Witch Doctor. A couple of right clicks finish him off, and Mirana getting right click down, buyback from the Witch Doctor, but I don't think Witch Doctor can do all that much, even with the buyback. Tyranny is just holding his ground, fighting, although he does need to. Yeah, takes a swap from Cynical, keeping him alive a bit longer. They will take the top rack, and with mid racks as well, big plays may have just sealed the deal here, as Tyranny has the shotgun back up in a couple of seconds. Gonna look to take out a few more heroes here, and will actually drop. Playing, oh no, he's not gonna drop, he's still alive. He goes down, the mid-mac pulse making sure of that, and he will immediately buy back, look to get straight back into the fray, as right now. Sankey, nice little stun down on the Ancient Apparition. The gem actually drops to the ground, but big plays with the 4 racks lead are probably going to take this one here. Windrunner, manages to avoid the arrow and now going to just TP out. Don't think we're going to see a stun in time. Oh, there is a stun in time. Tida will drop, so big plays. They got the racks, but they did end up, as you said, it's sloppy plays all around, and they got kind of caught out there a bit unnecessarily.
Yeah, the 2 racks is down. They have all the ultis, but it's just really difficult to come back unless they can somehow catch everyone in the ultis and just get a team down and then pick up Rosh, or just potentially just go an all-in push, an IDL strat 5-man push.
Yeah, and we're going to see just what they want to go with here. The tier 2 tower is still up at bottom, but as it is right now, Tyranny is just getting more and more fun, up to 3.2k gold. It looks like they're going to go for Roche. No, they're going to find the Mirana. Mirana pops a BKB. That'll help keep him alive, but Sankey taking so much damage. The Morphling right click. They need to be careful though. Tyranny does not have buyback here. He's going to go charging in. Wants that ES. He gets arrowed though, taking a lot of damage here. Doesn't have buyback. Great swap from Cynical, and Queen of Pain will be the one who cleans up, not the Morphling. Gets a double kill with that ultimate. And with that, I think we're going to see Roshan drop. Tyranny does have that lifesteal to help him out, as he has morphed a lot to strength just to sort of keep himself alive here.
Dire's middle tower
just going to tank that as long as he doesn't get bashed too much. But looks like On is coming into tank room, so he can lifesteal back up, and then he's just going to drop that teleport scroll and just potentially just go 1 strength and just try 1-hit KO and end the game.
Yeah, and with this, Tyranny, I mean, going to pick up this Aegis as well, and that's going to give him like a free, I mean, he can just go in completely Rambo in, not worry too much about his own safety. Does pick up the Aegis, and now we'll go looking to charge on it. Arrow going to go flying, going to spot out what they already know, that the Aegis has been picked up by the Morphling, and Mirana needs to just run. Mirana actually picking up a Butterfly as well as a Crystallis, so decent farm on Mirana, but just not really in time, and in the end, the Dire team relying too much on those big Blink ultimates.
Yeah, that's the problem with their lineup. It's just too reliable on these ultis to just all get off. And they just haven't had like a full combo yet. We haven't even seen a Black Hole Epi ES ulti.
Yep, and we're going to see A ultimate go flying and trying to snipe this Mirana. Mirana will dodge that one, but the throne is completely unprotected. The tier 4 towers are down. Tyranny is inside the base, looking to take out this last rack. So he's going to change target, goes for the Enigma. Couple of rackets, seals the deal. Gem on the ground now. Tyranny will take that out. Enigma actually going to buy back, but with this, the racks will be focused. Tyranny going to get the melee backs. The range racks will follow shortly. Black Hole though going to slow him down, and there's the Witch of ultimate. Tyranny may drop here. A lot of AoE damage. He does go down. He's got the Aegis. He's going to be back up in a couple of seconds as Queen of Pain still alive, blinking around. Tyranny going to make sure the racks does drop, and Mega Creep for big plays. They may have just taken out Giggles. GG is called. Mirana doing all she can to keep them in the game as long as possible, but in the end, it's not enough. Big plays. The Morphling of Tyranny really the one thing that kept them in this game, because it was a bit of a shaky start for them.
Yeah, this was really a Chops game. I just can't believe it. They actually came back. Such a Chops game. I can't believe it.
Yeah, with that, looks like Tyranny is going to Tyranny up to 9k gold. Rampage 9k gold. No big at all for him. Even the Mirana with evasion. There goes the throne. And with that, big plays go on to get their 3rd win. This time an actual win, not a default win, as they have taken out Giggles, the winner of qualifier number 2. Giggles, I think that's their 1st or 2nd loss. They did win 1 game. I think that was against Mineski. But here they are going down to the Aussies. Big plays. And man, thanks for joining me. For those of you wondering who has been this voice of reason with me, that has been Sean Sass158 Smith, also from Dota U Gaming. You can check them out on YouTube. That's Dota U Gaming, I believe.
Tell me about it, man.